Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host, Gavin Hatch. I recently realized that a few weeks ago, my 25th episode of Photo Finds aired. It's hard to believe that I've done so many in such a small amount of time. I feel like I just started doing this yesterday. So in honor of the milestone, I thought it would be fun for me to show you some of my favorite pictures and things I've covered on Photo Finds in the past 8 months. So let's get started and jump back to March 10th, my very first episode. In that episode, we were at Hollywood Studios because the Sorcerer's hat had just been removed from Hollywood Studios, so we were taking a look at the Great Movie Ride, and it was really cool to see that without the hat covering it up. At the Magic Kingdom, construction was going on over in the Plaza Gardens, and since then it's now been finished and it looks fantastic. The next week we went to Universal Orlando, and I showed you some new things in City Walk, one of them being this new concierge desk, which is really cool. Also deconstruction of the old NASCAR restaurant, which is now the NBC Sports Grill and Brew. And inside the park, the Furious 7 cars were on display. And recently, the Fast and Furious attraction was announced to be coming to Universal Orlando in 2017. On March 24th, we went to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort to look at the construction of the pool. We also took a look at Innoventions West, and I showed you inside at some of the exhibits that were announced to be closing that week. On March 31st, we went back to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and I showed you the bungalows that open up part of Disney's Vacation Club. They are beautiful and have the best view of Seven Seas Lagoon and the Magic Kingdom fireworks. If I had the chance to stay here for the weekend, I would probably never leave my bungalow. I also made a visit to Disney Springs and took a picture of Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar while it was still under construction. This is my all-time favorite place to go now to get a drink at Disney. On April 7th, we went to SeaWorld, which was about a week before Clyde & Seymour's Sea Lion High show premiered, and I also got some pictures of what is now the Pretzel Kitchen restaurant. On April 14th, we were at Epcot to cover the closure of Captain EO. Since then, it has returned and reopened, and it is one of my favorite attractions, but I know it probably won't be there for much longer. Also that week, I showed you the new carpet that was being added into the monorails. On April 21st, we went to Universal to see the metal detectors that are now being used at all the outdoor roller coasters. We also took a look back in Jurassic Park at the construction of the Raptor Encounter. On May 12th, we returned to Universal Orlando to see the sets built in the streets of New York for the tapings of the American Ninja Warrior show on NBC. This was really cool, and I wish I had been able to go to the tapings of the shows. On May 19th, we went to the Legoland Florida Resort to cover the opening of the Legoland Hotel. I had such a fun time covering this for the show, and if you have really young children, I highly recommend this hotel. I was very impressed that the entire place is themed so much and very close to the park. You can walk to the entrance of Legoland, Florida. On June 9th, we were at Universal to cover the announcement of the NBA City restaurant closure. This was a restaurant I never had any interest in going to, so I didn't mind it going away. Also that week, we covered the opening of the Raptor Encounter back in Jurassic Park. On August 25th, I had to take pictures of the Lucy Tribute closure, which was really hard to do because that is one of my favorite things at Universal Studios, or at least it was. In the comments below, let me know if this was also something that you really enjoyed at Universal Studios. And the following week, we covered the closure of Disaster Studios, a major motion picture ride starring you. This was closed to make room for the Fast and Furious attraction, which is opening in 2017 at Universal. Well, that does it for this edition of Photo Finds. I can't believe I've taken so many photos in such a short amount of time, and I can't thank all of you enough for all the kind words and support as I've done every episode. I read all the comments and I really appreciate it, so always feel free to say hi and leave your reviews down below. And don't forget to check out Florida E-Ticket. It's the show I do with my fiance every Saturday here on the Orlando Attractions channel, so make sure to subscribe. And as always, get out, have fun, and enjoy the parks.